Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of What's the Librarian Reading? I'm Becky Pfile, and I'm the Adult and Teen Services Librarian here at the Ripon Public Library. This week, I would like to talk about a series by Jenna Welch that consists of 3 books. I have 2 of them here. The first is Love and Gelato, the second is Love and Luck, and the third one is Love and Olives. This is a young adult series. And it is very similar to me to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants or the Mamma Mia movies. A very good series that I think you'll enjoy. In Love and Gelato, we meet the main character, Lena. And Lena is in a situation in which her mom is dying of cancer. And she is a sophomore, I think, in high school. And her mom finds out that she has pancreatic cancer, and in a few short months ends up passing away. Lena grew up not ever knowing her father. Shortly before her mom dies, her mom says, "I want you to go to Italy and meet your father, and I want you to stay with him for a while." So after her mom passes, Lena ends up actually staying with her best friend Addie to finish out the school year. And then when summer starts, she goes to Italy. And she meets Howard, who her mom says is her father. And he picks her up from the airport and takes her to her new home. And she's pulling into her new home and finds out that she lives right in the middle of a cemetery. He is actually a caretaker for a World War II cemetery for American soldiers in Tuscany. And he lives in a house on the cemetery site. And so she's kind of weirded out by that, but by the end of the story eventually comes to love it. In this story, Lena discovers, and here's a spoiler, that Howard is not actually her father. And she goes on a quest to find and meet her actual father. And she does that by discovering that her mom had left a diary with Sonia, which is another caretaker there at the cemetery. And Sonia gives her the diary that her mom had sent shortly before she had died. And we as the reader get to go with Lena throughout Tuscany and some other places in Italy, just like her mom did 17 years before or so, while she lived in Italy. The descriptions of Tuscany and the different sites that you might see if you travel to Tuscany or to Italy, the descriptions of those in this book are so good that I actually looked a lot of them up online. And the author describes them so well. I felt like I was there. So it's a great description of the Italian countryside or cityscapes, and the story of Lena and discovering who her father is, and also finding a love interest along the way is a really great story. The second in the series is Love and Luck. And I mentioned Lena's best friend Addie. And in this story, Addie is the main character. And Addie and her family travel to Ireland to attend her aunt's wedding. Addie then intends to go to Italy to spend some time with Lena. So you might think that this book is going to be about her summer with Lena in Italy, but some crazy things end up happening. And Addie ends up staying in Ireland with her brother Ian and Ian's friend Rowan, who is from Ireland. In this book, right away, similar to Love and Gelato, Addie finds a book. And this book is a tour guide throughout Ireland, but it's for people who are heartbroken. And so we travel with Addie all over Ireland, following this tour book, which gives these assignments to do to get over being brokenhearted. And we get to do the assignments with Addie and actually also with Rowan, who is her brother's friend. It's also a great story of a love interest that happens along a journey. This one, there's lots of exciting things that happen, but again, the author describes the countryside and the cityscape so well that I really felt like I was going through Ireland. She talked about the Blarney Stone, and she talked about the Cliffs of Moher, and she talked about Killarney National Park and the Dingle Peninsula. So if you've ever been to Ireland, you will recognize these places, and it'll give you a feeling of nostalgia as you go through the book. There's also a big story about a music festival that happens in Ireland called Electric Picnic. And the quest that these kids are going on in this book is to get to this festival called Electric Picnic. And I discovered, because I looked up these places online again, that Electric Picnic is a true festival that happens in Ireland, and it draws thousands and thousands of people every year. I also discovered that it was canceled in 2020 because of the pandemic. But it's so fun to be able to read her books and know that these are real places. The story's fictional, but the places are real, and it makes it feel like these are true stories. And they've both been a real fun read and an easy read. So if you're looking for something fun, lighthearted, and easy to read in a weekend, these are great books. The third one, Love and Olives. I'm not sure yet who the main character is, or if it's someone that we've met in either of these two books. But in that story, the main character goes to Greece, and I know that it has sort of the same idea of finding a love interest along a journey, and I'm looking forward to it. I have it actually on hold so that I can read it. I had hoped to have it done so I could tell you more about it, but it's a great series, one that you could definitely read in a weekend if you're looking for something lighthearted and fun. And I recommend Love and Gelato, Love and Luck, Love and Olives by Jenna Welch. Thank you.